Thank you, Pat. Great listening to your presentation, Cindy. Our program was founded during the Civil Rights Movement in 1968. This is actually our 55th year. Our founders saw that the legal profession is unique. It's important. We safeguard democracy in so many ways. Our profession is in the Constitution. We represent those criminal defendants that are wrongly accused. We really have an important role in society, attorneys, and they've recognized that with less than 2% African-American attorneys in the country at the time, and even less in other groups, that there needed to be something to be done. So they delved in and realized the importance of the pipeline, the importance of the pathway to help students that come from backgrounds like where I'm from, where the only attorney we may have known was Matlock or Judge Mathis, and give us an opportunity to know that we can aspire to be attorneys and we can make it happen if we have an opportunity to learn how to think like attorneys, learn how to read, learn how to break down a case, and surround ourselves with people that are just as inspired. Amazing things happen. So we've had 30,000 alumni come through our program. Every year we have 1,100 students come through our program. We have an amazing pipeline that works with students from freshman year all the way through the day that they're sworn into the bar. And we realized that in 1968. I'm happy to be part of this because I can see in Cindy's presentation, I know from Antoinette and a lot of the work that Oyango have done, we're all a team in this effort to make sure that the legal profession reflects society. And what's so interesting, Pat, is that we have students from all backgrounds, not just folks that you may automatically consider underrepresented backgrounds. I have been in programs. We have students that are white students from as far as southern Texas participate in our programs as well, which is a testament to what diversity and pipeline programs like ours have done, as you heard from Cindy. Since we don't even discriminate on race, to see people from all over and the entire rainbow want to be part of it is incredible.
Okay, you kind of went through some of the questions I was going to ask, but in terms of the participants who apply, how are they selected?
We have an academic affairs department that does a lot of the recruiting, and they work with with students on their application to our programs. We read their essays, we analyze their resumes, we look at their transcripts. And because of the many programs we have a lot of applications come in. So it's a team effort to make sure that all students have a shot at fair consideration. Now, there are some students that are not going to make it, and we do everything we can to help them prepare for the next round of applications. Now, some of our programs, like we have a program called the Road to Law School, Pat, that helps freshman and sophomore year students in college begin thinking about law school. So we'll get them together with mentors, with attorneys, and get them ready to start thinking about that LSAT exam that Oyango mentioned a little earlier on. That's coming down the pike. We want to get you ready. The great thing is that we have a program called Jumpstart the LSAT that takes care of juniors and seniors so that they can start taking practice LSAT exams. And that's what we're doing this Saturday at Fordham University. You can visit cleoinc.org to get some more information on our programs. But then the wonderful thing, Pat, is that we have a lot of applications come in for our Pre-Law Summer Institute. It's our flagship program. And that's where we sit down and we really examine and we work with our students to make sure that their resumes are on point, that their personal statements are on point. That's that 6 to 8 week program prior to your first year of law school. This year, we did a hybrid program where you got to do online and in person. We did it at Mitchell Hamlin in Minnesota. Students get to dorm at a law school, work with professors, actually know what it's like to sit in a law school classroom and feel the warmth of opening up those pages in the library. And what happens at the end of that is that folks can't wait to that first day of law school because now they're prepared. They know about the IRAC method. They know how to take notes. They know how to brief a case. And that's our goal. Our goal is to make sure that students know you may have been born on the other side of the track. You may have been dodging bullets, gang members, and chasing away from poverty, while others were dodging butterflies and going on their lessons for archery. But we promise you that if you go through our programs, you'll be able to go toe-to-toe with anyone in the country. So we're very proud of our programs.
Oh, that sounds great. Do you collect data and how do you use it?
More and more. Cindy hit it on the nose. Funders want to see data. They want to see, hey, I'm supporting you. I want to know how our funds are working. And that's a wonderful thing. We're working very closely with a professional, Dr. Kershaw, who's working very hard on getting the stats that we need. We want to know not only, did you come through our program? Which program did you come through? How did you hear about us? That's all great and dandy. But how were your LSAT scores? How did you do in law school? Did you pass the bar? What field did you enter into afterwards? Did you become an attorney? Did you become an executive? Did you become a teacher? And one of the things I wanted to share about the data collection is I want to make sure funders, we need you funders, it's now more than ever. We want to make sure that you don't apply the tenets of business. I remember when I was getting my MBA, it was all about profit margins and making sure that we're meeting the bottom line. I want to make sure you remember that the work that we do at Pipelines is to change the world. It really is. The work that we do is to change the world. And it means taking folks that may not have had a shot and get them to a place where they can go toe to toe. And many of those people want to come back to their communities and become teachers or go into not-for-profit work. So I want you to be mindful that how you measure success is important, because the way you measure success is how you're going to continue supporting us. So keep in mind that we want you to think outside of the box. We don't want you to think about bottom lines. We want you to think, well, how are we contributing to society? And consider statistics in a very different way. So ask us, who are our teachers? Who are our not-for-profit leaders? Who are going to work in government back in their communities? Because that matters.
You're right. And the funders always, first of all, focus on the quantitative, and then they move on to the qualitative, which is a lot harder to describe. So as you're all collecting data, you need to figure out how you're going to use it to show what the quality and the impact that you're making in terms of your goals and your mission. And how important are volunteers for your program?
They're so important. Since we have 30,000 alumni around the country, a lot of them come back and want to participate in our events. But what we see more and more are the young attorneys from underrepresented backgrounds are really looking forward to an opportunity to speak to students. We constantly have programs at CLEO called CLEO Connection, where we have pre-law students meet with attorneys that can give them some inspiration to talk to them about how to get prepared for law school. And even some law students come in and want to network. So we're constantly looking for volunteers, attorneys that want to give back to their community to come speak to our students, because you will find the hungriest, the most successful students come from our programs and come from the folks that we serve.